The map of body, soul, and spirit. Introduction to the podcast series. When we look around the world, we can observe something rather curious. Humanity has never been so organized, so institutionalized, so deeply embedded in systems, and yet many people feel that something has fallen out of balance. There are countless institutions, countless organizations, countless religions, movements, and communities. And still, many people feel that somewhere along the way, something important has been lost. As if the very system we created to help us live better have sometimes made life more complicated. This podcast series was born from a very simple question. How do the system created by humans affect us, our bodies, our souls, and our minds? Three fundamental human systems. If we look at history, we repeatedly find three major forms of organization. The first is the bureaucratic system, the world of the state, institutes, and administration. The second is the religious or spiritual system, the world of faith, rituals, and spiritual teachings. And the third is hierarchical cooperation, communities, companies, families, and organizations where rules and responsibilities structure how people work together. These three systems are not enemies. Each of them responds to a fundamental human problem. Bureaucracy reduces chaos. Religion gives meaning to existence. And hierarchy enables cooperation. Why do these systems affect us? Because human beings do not exist on only one level. We function on three levels at the same time. We have a body which needs safety, rhythm, and energy. We have a soul which seeks relationships, community, and emotional connections. And we have a mind or spirit which wants to understand the world and find its place within it. When a system functions well, these three dimensions support each other. But when something falls out of balance, the entire structure can begin to wobble. How do systems begin to fail? Interestingly, systems do not break in the same place. In companies and organizations, problems often begin with people no longer believe in the shared goal. Work becomes a task rather than a meaningful contribution. The sense of direction fades. This is a disturbance on the level of the spirit or mind. In religious communities, fractures often appear when the moral credibility of leaders is questioned. Trust weakens, and when it's the emotional foundation of the community. This is the disturbance on the level of the soul. Bureaucratic systems, on the other hand, begin to struggle when their functioning becomes too complicated. Rules multiply, processes slow down. People must invest more and more energy simply to navigate the system. This is a disturbance on the level of the body, the practical functioning of the system. It's early signals in communities. Another interesting observation is that problems often do not appear first in individuals. They appear first in the dynamic of the community. The atmosphere changes. Conflicts increase. Trust between people weakens. It is similar to what happens in the living organism. Before the body becomes sick, the flow of energy or circulation begins to struggle. Something already feels out of balance. What does a healthy community look like? Healthy systems often reveals themselves through very simple signs. When a newcomer enters the community, someone welcomes them. Someone whose role is to connect them, introduce them, and help them find their place. People know their rules, and they also understand the shared goal. Energy, time, attention, work, and research flows through the system. And the members of the community share similar ethical foundation. Because of this, conflict do not destroy the community. They often become searches of creativity and growth. What will this series explore? In the upcoming episodes, we will not only talk about theories, we will examine real communities, schools, mental health and psychical movements, spiritual traditions, religious communities, workshops and gatherings. We will explore how these systems affect the people who participate in them. Do they support physical well-being? Do they strengthen emotional connection? Do they expand the way people think? Or do they perhaps do the opposite, exhausting, narrowing, or weakening people? The goal is not judgment. This series is not about deciding which system is right. Instead, it is about understanding what kind of effects these systems have on human beings. Because once we understand that, we are no longer simply carried along by systems, we can begin to choose consciously. In the end, everything leads to one simple question: how can we build communities where the body remains healthy, the soul remains connected, and the spirit remains free to think? This podcast series is about exploring that patch. And this is where our journey begins.